Okay, welcome to the August meeting of the White Lake Library Board of Trustees. They call the meeting to order at 6:45 p.m. We'll take we'll give the pledge of allegiance. Everybody stand if you may. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Roll call.
President Jennifer Schultz, absent excused. Vice President Richard McClue.
Here.
Treasurer Gwendolyn Newton.
Here.
Secretary Jake Dudek, absent excused. Trustee Karen Wines here. Trustee Eric Shotwell.
Here. Okay, look for a approval of the agenda. Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. That was 3-0. Okay, opportunity for public comment. No.
Nope.
One choice. Okay. On to presentation, staff spotlight.
So,
Spotlight on.
so both of you come on up.
Come on up.
I'd like to introduce to you Mary Lou Kletcha, Adult Services Librarian, who came to us on April 24th, and Mallory Stevenson, no relation. Youth, say that real well. Yes, Youth Services Librarian, who came to us on March 27th, 2021. Mary Lou, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your role here at the library?
I'm an adult services librarian. I've had about 12 years of experience in libraries since I got my degree. I had substituted in various libraries in Oakland and home counties before. I worked part-time at the Milford Library for about a year and then got a job at Oakland Talking Book Service, which is hosted in Rochester Hills. Serves all the blind patrons or physically disabled patrons of the county against libraries at home. So then I had a full-time job out in Milford, and now I'm here. And what do you do first? So I staff the adult reference desk. Currently, I'm selecting all of the standard print nonfiction. I had previously been splitting that one with Austin, but he's moved on. I got all of it right now. Yeah, and I do a lot of organizing the adult programming, handling the budget for that and so forth. And I feel like there's nothing I forgot. Those are the biggies.
Mary Lou has gotten us a couple of our food trucks and towards the end here, so that's been extremely helpful. And just getting our programming going, this has been really great. Great with the adult programming. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Miss Mallory.
Hello. Feels so good. I'm a youth services librarian. I kind of am with all of the age groups. I do the music and movement program for the itty bitties. I run our 3rd, 5th grade graphic novel book club. And I do a lot of teen programming. I also do the collection development for the back half of juvenile nonfiction, and I do our juvenile fiction collection, which includes the graphic novels in the middle school and the next step chapter books too. I do a lot. So it's 600 through 999. So it's like the cookbooks, the crafts, the biographies, all that stuff.
Fun stuff.
Yeah.
Mallory's done some fun after hours programs
Laser tag.
with the teens. Yep. So
You're doing that after hours? Yes. Yes, we had Nerf guns already that were in our back storage room. When I first got brought onto the youth staff, one of my main projects during the month of May was going through and reorganizing our storage back there, and I found them, and they are just like battery operated.
laser.
Yeah, super cute, super easy, free program because we already have all the stuff for it and the kids loved it. We're doing it again this year because it's a huge headline.
Yeah.
Oh, and I also came up with the prize machine idea that's over at the youth desk, and that has been
Whoa.
It's been a lot. We hand out an average of like 225 to 240 prizes a month of the kids that are doing the challenges for the prize machine. So that's been an unexpected hit.
I've been in there and watched the kids, they absolutely love the prize machine.
Yes, I don't know what it is about it, but they're just like the allure of like turning the little handle is absolutely wild.
Psychology setting probably could be,
Absolutely.
if you want to work in your PhD in psychology, you're the ground zero.
Just graduated with the master's.
Thank you.
Thank you, both of you. Oh, it'll be fun.
Well, they gotta get back to work. There's people who need help in that library.
Okay, so we have two sets of minutes to approve. We have the regular meeting from July 26th.
I make a motion to approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The ayes have it. Okay. Oh, I did that. Sorry. Who made the you made the approval of the agenda
I did,
and
Yes.
you made the second for the
Yes.
agenda also.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so next we have the approval of the special meeting from August 8th. Entertain a motion.
Go
Or
on, make it easy. Make it easy, do it again. Oh.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Guys have it. Okay, officer report, president, I'm not here. Vice president, I have no report. Secretary's report, no secretary. Treasurer's report.
Okay, if everybody's looked at our general fund and our balance sheets, if anybody has any questions, did you add that one, she's gonna ask you to say that?
I did.
If you look, let's do this first, okay? So if there's any questions in, anything that's in the balance sheet or the cash disbursements? Everybody look through them this month, okay? So then I'm going to make a motion to accept the bills to payment as presented.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Okay. You have more on CDs?
Yeah, we're talking about that in the finance department, yes.
Okay. Anything else on the treasurer's report?
That's it.
Good. On to library records report.
Okay, any questions on it? Trying to keep it short. I do just, I'll just draw attention to the fact that we did receive those net asset distributions from MMRMA that I came to you. So for us to do, which is good. We've received our second payment of state aid and we received our state penal fine. So
So is this the end of all of our revenue?
for state,
Total until December taxes?
I'd have to double check on that one off the top of my head. I know we also just received a grant. So for
Yeah, I think you
3,000.
mentioned that $3,000 grant for launch.
And we still have to get the friends. They're gonna give us the
Okay.
money in the next month or two.
Okay,
So
Awesome.
donations and such, maybe. But
Right.
the majority.
but the typical.
And then
What
the
we
interest.
expect for taxes and state aid, penal fines, those are all,
Majority is in.
okay,
Mhm.
thank you.
Is anything else
I got
At least we've got an all the
Except for the
state,
friends.
you
Yes,
know,
all the
but we
state
can-
stuff is done.
sometimes that is, just runs very late.
I have one other question, Austin position,
Mhm.
is that supposed to be?
Yes.
refilled? Okay.
Yeah. We received a couple of applications.
Great.
Otherwise than that, let's see. Yeah, just,
Congratulations to Daniela and Kathleen on their anniversaries.
yes,
10 years and 14 years.
Wow. Yeah, that's
very good employees.
No technology issues this month.
No.
Nice.
And,
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Austin.
Stats, we're looking good. We're looking to increase library card sign up at outreach events, so when we could start going out to outreach events, start really focusing on library card sign up.
Yeah, your circulation.
Is that all time high? I don't see another.
It's all time high in this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
It's
it-
amazing.
I think it is.
Since the new library opened, because that's how we had it redone.
And
So all
So-
time high since, for all those years. Wow.
that circulation includes overdrive and hoopla, correct?
I don't think so. That does not include, no,
Really?
no,
Well,
no, that's just
Okay,
straight
that would
up.
be sure to know, because you look at,
well, yeah, we have that.
Yeah,
separate.
because
we have it separated, but I don't know if it includes, if that 31,000 includes that.
I don't think it does. I will double check for you.
That would be great to know.
That also was high,
yeah,
4,001, I think that might be.
Yeah, it was great.
I was at New Hope today for their carnival. So that was fun. So pushing overdrive, digital and
Great.
different items like that. So summer reading is looking good. So if you see the stats on that,
yeah.
next month, Emily will be here to do a presentation on that. So we look forward to her presentation. And that's it.
Okay, thank you.
On to committee reports, finance.
Before we finish, where do you have the closure dates?
That's new business. It's later.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, thank you. Okay, all right,
Finance committee.
okay. So we need to move some money in September to take care of September bills. Okay, so, and then we have a few things that are coming due in October. So if you look at this, there's a sheet that's in our packet, okay, we color coded. All right, so this is in order of what's maturing, okay? So the first motion that I have is if you look also, I'm sorry that I'm all over the place, but if you look at our balance sheet. Okay, the first page of our balance sheet also, Rich. If you look at the cash savings. On our balance sheet, the last one was 2.04. We, under cash savings, we have $106,000, 822. In Lake Michigan, but I would, we need to move money because we have, I think, 153,000 in the checking account right now, and we average about $120,000 in bills a month. So I am making a motion to move $100,000 from the Lake Michigan Credit Union to the Flag Star checking account to cover September expenses.
So is that not in a CD today?
It's not, that's a cash account.
That's cash account?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's sitting there basically making like 0.5% interest.
Yeah.
So I think it would be,
About something went to the CD.
right, so I think it's a good, it is a very good, idea to move that money into our Flag Star account. We'll actually make more money on it as it's, through the month of September than, in Flag Star, on our Flag Star checking through the sweep account, than we will as it's sitting in, later. So I make a motion to move $100,000 of the $106,000 from Lake Michigan Credit Union to Flagstar.
I'll second that.
That won't put us over any sort of maximum with Flagstar then.
No,
And boundaries.
because actually we're at 153,000, but most of that is in our sweep account, which is, the sweep account is insured for 35 million,
Makes sense.
which we won't.
So that would go to the Flagstar.
It will go to the Flagstar checking that will be moved into the sweep.
Okay, so and
So I made
Karen-
the motion. Karen
Karen
seconded.
seconded, all in favor?
I,
All opposed? That,
So the other motion I would like to make today is we have we have a Genesis Credit Union, CD for $225,000 that is expiring in, October on the 2nd. And I would like that to be part of this month's minutes, that we move that $225,000, that we actually close that CD and we move that to, the Flagstar checking in, October to cover October and November's expenses
so that would be at its maturity date?
at its maturity date.
Okay.
We would close it at. So my motion is at the maturity date of 10/2/2023, that we move the $225,000 CD at Genesis into the Flagstar checking.
I'll second that.
And does that include its interest? You're gonna take all of it or just the
Oh,
225?
it's actually, thank you.
Okay.
Plus interest.
Okay.
We're gonna close that.
Cool, okay.
Yes,
I'll second.
yes,
That was just part of the discussion, so we're good.
yes, thank you, Karen. And then, in October, we'll talk about October and November CDs. Because the rest, because we have
The rest are
four,
later.
we have 4 that expire in October and November
November.
and
So-
December.
so the motion is to move the value
Yes, thank you. The
Oh.
value of the Genesis
of Genesis CD
expiring on 10/2
to Flagstar
checking.
checking upon maturity.
Yes,
Gwen, Eric. Second,
Mhm.
all in favor?
I,
All opposed? The ayes have it.
thank you.
Anything else on the
And then-
finance committee?
Thank you very much. So, April. As soon as we can get Jake to write the minutes up,
I can make them.
if you can write the minutes up, and as soon as they're written, I can take them to the bank. I have to have the minutes to go to the bank. Yep, okay, great, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. That's it for finance, right? The strategic planning committee.
So strategic planning committee did not meet, which was not necessary to meet. And we'll talk about the strategic plan lower in the under old business.
Oh, okay, okay. I think we're gonna do that. Okay, that's good. Policy committee.
Policy committee met, we discussed nepotism policy. And suggestions were made and changes were reflected, and that will eventually make its way to the attorney with the other.
Okay. That's policy.
Mhm.
New business. We have a closure, calendar 2024. We have to get this to TLN, right?
Yes, we do. So my only proposed change on this is that we move staff and service day. We want to move it to May. This is a change that we've made it past libraries. It's a better time of year. At most libraries, it's a less busy time of year. Most of us are taking breaks for getting ready for summer reading program. There's less programming going on. Believe it or not, there's less people taking vacations. We find that more staff are there, less staff are sick. And actually, there are staff members who have veterans, family members, and they'd like to be able to spend that day with those family members. So that was the suggestion for 2024. It does not reflect this coming November. It's still
Okay.
For 2023.
2024.
So it's a whole year from now.
So your staff's in service day will still be Veterans Day this year.
Yes, in the next couple
Okay.
months for 2023.
So if we have people that want to participate in Veterans Day, then I suggest that we are also closed on Veterans Day.
Okay. That was my other question, is open or
Does
closed?
anybody else?
I,
I mean, it gives everybody an extra a holiday, right?
Mhm.
But if we have people that are actually gonna use that holiday and they want to take it as a vacation day,
Right.
but I think
but
everybody.
it reduces our, availability,
It does.
for one day. We traditionally had been open on the day until about 7 or 8 years ago. I don't know what other libraries in the area are doing. I think most are open though.
Some are open, some do a floating holiday.
Mhm.
So, that was another
Mhm.
thing that we, at Novi, we did a floating holiday for that one holiday.
Mhm.
So
So you were open,
we were open,
but
but it was floating. So if someone wanted to take, the day for their family, they could take it on that day, or they could take it another day. They just had to work with their supervisor ahead of time to get a good day. And they had the month. Yeah, it was not like they could float it into another month.
And Rich has a good point. You know, most corporations have a 10 holidays. You know, they recognize 10 holidays throughout the year.
yeah, it varies, but.
Yeah, but the standard is about 10 holidays that are for people that are salaried employees, right? That they take those. So at this time, we're looking at what? 1, 2, 7, 8, 9. We're looking at 14. So it really is above average for us to take that many days that are paid days for our professional people.
Yeah, I'm more worried about the,
The availability for our patrons.
yeah.
So what we can do is, it's not, if you want to stick with the Veterans Day as it is for the staff and the service day, or that's fine. We can, if it makes a difference, it's not, it really only takes you down to 14, but yeah, that's fine.
I would say the May works better for a staff and service day than May definitely for the in-service day.
But if the staff person needs to take it as a holiday, not as a holiday, but if they need to take it as time off, I mean, they can use PTO or.
Right, which they really would
vacation.
do for a staff and service day. Right, if you
Right.
have staff and service day.
It's more of a, as mandatory as it can be, short of them having a separate job.
Mhm.
So it's not really an option to take off.
Right.
Right, so I mean, I'm not saying that, veterans don't count, it doesn't, not at
Right.
all. This is, it's an important day. But it's also an important day for dissemination of information. There,
As a veteran, the last day I got Veterans Day off was the last year I was in the military. I've never gotten Veterans Day off, so
yeah,
it's not something that is expected.
Mhm.
Unless you're a government employee, that's the 10th day. The 10 holidays are 10 government holidays.
Right,
Yeah, I think the difference here is also like if you look at my corporation, right, where we don't get Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve off.
you do.
No.
You
Mm-mm.
know, and the day after Thanksgiving, we have to take as a floating.
Right, most companies are doing the day after Thanksgiving as a floating holiday.
Right,
Yes.
Mhm.
so.
Yeah, my husband was the same way. If you wanted New Year's Eve or Christmas Eve, you had to take it as one of your PTOs.
That said, I personally don't see a problem,
Mhm.
the holidays
No.
as they're listed here, seeing as how it's not necessarily a salary position that we're talking about, and also that it is a public service that we provide in general.
I will say there are some libraries that are going to actually to 2 in-service days. I am not suggesting that here. But just to let you know, in addition to these same closures, they're also closed 2 days for professional development. So I don't think we're that unusual.
No, but what is that, one of the things that we do, the Thanksgiving holiday, we're closed for 4 days. Which most,
Yeah, including Sunday.
right, right, so we are closed for 4 days.
Mhm.
So I think we're all saying that staff in service day isn't a problem to change it, but we think we should be open on Veterans Day.
Okay.
Are we in agreement tonight?
Yeah,
I think so.
Okay.
Um. So, but we also have, basically, there's two things here. So it's not like we're not gonna have a motion on Veterans Day, but we would need a motion on the calendar, approving the calendar with the change of the in-service day from November 11th to May 6th.
Okay, so I make the motion to change the in-service day for 2024 from November 11th to May 6th.
and I'll second that.
And are you also including in the motion to accept the calendar as amended?
The
The
calendar,
24th?
yes, the calendar is amended.
I'm still seconding.
Thank you.
Okay, so Quinn and Karen. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, ayes have it. Okay, that's it on library closure. Let's move to old business. The strategic plan.
So I gave you the comment ones, which were the comments that we talked about at the special meeting on August 8th. It shows you what changes that you wanted on it with a clean copy as well.
Comments?
My recollection was.
Yeah, mine is one.
If there are no discussion or comments, accept the motion.
I'd like to move that we accept the White Lake Township Library Strategic Planning Draft 6.2 as written.
I'll second that.
I have one question. Can we add tactics to this as we?
That will,
Thank you.
yes, absolutely. It's a living document.
Accept the strategic plan draft 6.2. What was the rest of it? It was
As written.
as written. And there was an ad or something. It's a bit long. All in favor? Aye. All opposed, the ayes have it. Okay. Old business, the increment funding, CIA.
I attended this Corridor Improvement Authority on Thursday, August 3rd. There's another one coming up, I think September 7th. They have created also a Citizens Advisory Council to help them with that. The Citizens Advisory Council did recommend that they move forward with the Corridor Improvement Authority plan. The next steps.
So April, can
Yes.
you explain to us what the Corridor Improvement Authority plan is?
In a nutshell, I can, but we are going to have the presenter, the plan person, along with Sean, come over at the September board meeting to do a full presentation to you personally, so you can see exactly what they're suggesting for your community. So basically, they want to invest tax dollars from various taxing jurisdictions such as Oakland County, OCC, Huron Clinton Metropolitan Authority, us, although we are automatically excluded unless we decide to participate. Wait for that. Still talking with the attorney, making double sure, but that actually came out of their mouth at that meeting. So, so that was, I wrote down as they said, but they will now, they're talking about different things. It's basically, it's the same plan from 2006. If you ever looked at that one, it affects a certain amount of M59 of White Lake, along with 2 other kind of like side roads, such as Elizabeth Lake Road. It would be one of them, obviously, because we're going to be the downtown area. They want to do nice things like improve the landscaping, do a lot more green belts. It actually sounds quite nice. I think it would make everything look really good, but that's for you and it's your community. So you'll have to take a look.
Talk to us about it. Okay.
Right. It would also include, like, as a for instance, bringing, connecting us with the park over there and creating a walkway behind the township offices all the way coming up to our patios. So that's another thing. So that's a little bit, perhaps a little bit of our skin possibly in the game, which is what they're trying to kind of talk to you about. So what would happen next is that now that the Citizens Advisory Council and the CAA said yes to the plan, now they have to go before the township board and present it to the board. Then the board, they have to put out notice that this is going to be presented at the board, and then there's 60 days from that time for you to decide what you as a library board want to do and whether you want to be involved or not.
Okay. What would our involvement be?
So they're gonna have, I'm gonna have to have them talk to you a little bit more about it, because I kind of get it, but I want to look a little more closely at it, because it's a little bit like, so you've got your basic tax money that comes in, and they want to take off the top of it about 35%. Okay, but that's, if you look in the plan, which I did send you like maybe 2 months ago or so, it would show you our portion over 20 years. So it's calculated out.
It's not 35% of our. Okay.
What they also hope by taking some of that tax money is to get then private investment to come in, and like businesses to help with making the area look good, branding it, making it look better. So.
Well, I think, yeah, so it'll be interesting to hear from them in September, but we need to know
Yes.
the financial impact of the library.
Right. So you re-look at that, what I sent you, and I can send it to you again. I'm waiting for Sean to send me the updated one that was approved. So you can see it, but it does show you, at least that portion of it won't change, about how much would come out each year. Like the first year is only like a 1,000 or 2,000. But it keeps getting more and more and more and more and more. So by the time you're at, 20 years from now, you're up to like 24,000. So it's
That's significant for the library.
right.
Okay.
So that's a little bit about it.
I think that having a improvement corridor is really important to our community, but we also have to look at the best interest for our patrons to the library.
Recall what the other street was, besides it was like, so there were 2 other streets besides.
I don't recall. Yeah. But once I get the approved plan, I'll send it to you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Maybe wondering if it's like Porter Road or think about putting like another scratch.
I wish they had it up there. It's not currently on the website. I just checked yesterday. But they have a very nice graphic of it. And it shows the line of M59, and it looks like it's going down this way. Like clearly you can see Elizabeth Lake Road, and I think there's another one over here. It's not a lot.
What's Ormond?
Ormond's quite a
It's,
ways west.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
It's
definitely,
north. She says they're going south.
Yeah.
South.
yeah, it's south.
Maybe take her down. Yeah, I'd be very curious to find out which one it is, because also south could be bogey, depending on which way.
Mhm.
It was more to the right of Elizabeth Lake Road.
So that's terrible.
I'm not sure if it was quite that far. It might have been farther, but again, it's,
Cause there's a little open area. going down both.
Between
Right.
Hagar Island, the next one would be the
Williams Lake Road.
Williams.
So that's one.
Yeah.
Well,
this side of it is us.
Right,
Because
but
New
it's
Hope
the
is off of
end.
Williams Lake. And they're White Lake.
Mhm.
It's like
Well,
it
Williams
divides.
Lake Road is the cutoff.
Mhm.
One side of Williams Lake Road is Waterford, and the side of
Yeah.
Williams Lake Road. is-
Yeah.
So then they would be limited, so it might
Yeah,
not
So
be.
when you get down to Williams Lake and Cooley, that's 4 towns.
Like 14 in Haggerty.
Well, 4 towns is where the 4 townships meet. West Bloomfield, Waterford, Commerce, and White Lake.
Yeah.
Okay,
which is south of,
so.
south of the Holy Lake Road.
Right.
Yeah, so it's, yeah.
Okay, great. So September meeting, they'll be here.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yep, that'll be the presentation.
and at what point do we have to make a decision?
So it'll be 60 days after, but within 60 days after the township board approves it.
Okay,
So we won't have 2 months. So when we get it.
The
in-
township board hasn't approved it yet.
okay.
Right, but
Yeah.
assuming they do before the September meeting.
It might be less.
Okay,
if we-
I'm watching to see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
by the
what
time
we're
we.
gonna-
Okay, I was
Okay.
thinking they were gonna be approving. something.
And they have to
Good point.
provide,
yeah.
they have to provide public notice of the meeting, so.
Yeah.
And they were supposed to give me some stuff to promote that meeting, and I haven't received
Okay.
anything yet.
Okay, on to the, that's. Gotta go off, but is that enough on that?
Yes.
Okay, drive-through window update.
So yay, drive-through window. The countertops were installed. We've got all we have to do is our contractor's gonna come out and drill the IT holes for some cords. But we've got the register in there, we've got the computer in there, the phone, it's all looking good. We should be good to go for Monday.
This Monday?
This Monday, soft launch.
Really nice to know.
Right. Our head of CERC was on vacation, deserves to be on vacation, so, but she's gonna be training her staff. She's done a little bit of pre-training, so, and she's sent out, how we're gonna do the procedures and opening, closing and all of that, and we've got all the register money ready to go, so I think we're gonna be good for Monday.
So we're just waiting for that IT.
To drill the holes, yep,
And
So-
put the cap on the IT and the
put the
training.
cap on the IT and the training,
And curbside will close.
and curbside will close.
Cause we won't need it.
We won't need it.
I noticed that we still had curbside people, curbside use,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
A few.
I think it's fabulous for him to have the staff behind it when.
Mhm. Yeah, and we were very happy because the window came with press for service, which was originally going to be, say, like for a microphone, which we really don't need, but we do need a doorbell. So the electricians were able to wire that to a doorbell, which goes into the CERC room. So that someone can pull up, they can push the button, just like you do at CVS, and it's the CERC person.
So
So
there is a microphone on the, they can talk.
you don't need it. You've got the window, so you can just pop
Oh,
open the
okay,
window.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, great. So they can't. open the window to talk.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Both sides, right? Slide and it locks. So we might put some blinds in there so that when we close, we can close it, especially for like any sun coming in.
No one's gonna wanna open that window on the winter.
We never had an issue,
No.
at Novi, because we didn't have a microphone there. We just.
Okay.
I mean, that's not as bad as walking
yeah.
outside, so just pushing a window open.
Yeah.
I'm so
Yeah.
excited that we're not gonna have staff walking outside.
I am too.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Yes.
cold.
Yes.
That was making me.
Yes.
Like, oh, I need to see this.
Yes.
So,
And
and
so
that's when
it's
the
why-
lights was really used, was in the winter, right? So, when it was really nasty out, and I don't like seeing our staff going outside. So this is fabulous.
Yep.
Are you doing anything
Very
for social media announcement?
We will once we are, fully. Actually, I'm gonna be doing a video. I'm gonna make a video to put in the e-news.
Great.
Cool. So it'll kind of describe it, it'll describe the procedure and all of that, and that'll be our first intro into videos and the e-newsletter. So
Fabulous.
I'm
so
very excited about that.
this window.
Yeah. Good way to start it, so.
Great.
I just had one thing, if you noticed in your packet, the board networking opportunities. I know our president had asked for something that's, paper, and so that's what that is. Fisk Farm Festival, you've got different options, different times that you could possibly cover it. I do have staff at a lot of these and friends, so just to let you know, but I wanted you to know if you want to be there. Obviously, the other things here too, definitely need someone for the fire department, one,
I signed up for the fire department.
yep,
Yeah.
good.
If we could have more people, that'd be great, because the fire department one's usually pretty busy.
And one of our CERC staff might be coming to that one too, because we're gonna try to do,
I'll probably plan on the 23rd.
okay,
I would
great.
have loved to make the Fisk Farm one, but I'm actually at a golf tournament.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not available on that, we can do that.
I've asked Patty, those are beautiful book
Yeah.
designs.
Mhm.
And Amy found this costume, and so I've asked Patty to, it's a book fairy. So I've like that, similar to that. I've asked Patty to, if she can make that, and so it's something cute to wear to trunk or treat.
Mhm.
Great. Great.
I'll be at this car on Sunday, that I'm playing, so.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Okay, that was all.
All right. Thank you.
So, is there anything else anybody needs to, wish to discuss? I would entertain a final motion.
Wish to adjourn. 7:45.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
We are adjourned at 7:27.